Have you ever wondered what stories the eerie silence of abandoned places might tell if they could speak? In the vast tapestry of human history, we find an intriguing pattern of bustling cities and vibrant settlements suddenly left abandoned, their stories untold, their mysteries unbroken. These are our world's ghost towns and deserted ruins, silent witnesses to the ceaseless march of time. Imagine, if you will, a bustling marketplace in an ancient city. The air is filled with the chatter of traders, the clatter of pottery, the aroma of exotic spices. Fast forward a few centuries and the same place is eerily silent, the once vibrant cityscape reduced to a skeleton of its former grandeur. These are the places that once teemed with life, with stories of love, war, triumph, and despair. But today, they stand silent, their tales lost in the winds of time. Throughout history, there have been numerous such instances of abandonment. Ancient cities, once the epitome of civilization, deserted overnight. Towns that witnessed the rise and fall of empires, left to the mercy of nature. Settlements that survived wars, only to be devoured by a natural disaster. Each one of them was once home to thousands, and now they are nothing more than a labyrinth of ruins, an enigma waiting to be unraveled. Take, for instance, the ancient cities that were abandoned due to wars or natural disasters. These cities, once the hub of economic and social activities, are now nothing more than a pile of stones. Their grandeur and prosperity are only remembered in the pages of history, their stories told through the whispers of the wind. It's a fascinating journey, one that takes us back in time, offering a glimpse into the lives of those who once inhabited these places. It's a journey that teaches us about the impermanence of human endeavors and the inevitability of change. So, come along, let's embark on this intriguing journey together. Let's explore the mysteries, the stories, and the history of these abandoned places. As we delve into the mysteries of these deserted places, we begin our journey in the ancient times. Our journey begins at the dawn of civilization in the ancient city of Pompeii. A bustling city, Pompeii was once a thriving hub of trade and commerce, its streets alive with the chatter of merchants, the laughter of children, and the hum of daily life. But in the year 79 AD, Mount Vesuvius erupted, burying the city under a thick layer of volcanic ash. Frozen in time, Pompeii is a ghost town like no other. The ash preserved the city in its final moments, leaving behind haunting images of a life abruptly halted. The city's sudden abandonment, its people forever trapped in a moment, is a stark reminder of nature's unforgiving power. From Pompeii, we move east to the ancient city of Petra in Jordan, a marvel of engineering and architecture. Built by the Nabateans in the 1st century BC, Petra was once a vital crossroad for trade routes. However, changes in trade routes and a series of earthquakes led to its gradual abandonment. Today, the city's hand-carved buildings stand empty, their sandstone facades weathered by time, yet still strikingly beautiful. Our last stop in this journey through the ancient world's ghost towns is the enigmatic Machu Picchu in Peru. Built in the 15th century by the Incas, this city was mysteriously abandoned 100 years later. Hidden high in the Andean mountains, it remained unknown to the outside world until its rediscovery in the early 20th century. The reason for its abandonment remains a mystery, with theories ranging from smallpox to the Spanish conquest. These ancient cities stand as a testament to time, their stories echoing through the ages. They serve as reminders of our past, of civilizations that rose and fell, of the impermanence of human endeavor. Yet in their abandonment, they have gained a new life, captivating the minds of historians, archaeologists, and travelers alike, their mysteries waiting to be unraveled. These ancient cities stand as a testament to time, their stories echoing through the ages. As we move forward in time, we encounter the deserted settlements of the Middle Ages. The Middle Ages, spanning roughly from the 5th to the 15th centuries, saw the rise and fall of numerous settlements, many of which were abandoned due to various reasons. One of the most common culprits was the Black Death. This devastating plague swept across Europe in the 14th century, wiping out a significant portion of the population. Many towns were simply deserted as their inhabitants either succumbed to the disease or fled in fear. A haunting example is the Italian hilltop town of Krakow. The plague, followed by a series of natural disasters, resulted in Krakow being completely abandoned by the late 20th century. Today, it stands as a silent testament to the merciless nature of disease. War, too, played a significant role in the abandonment of medieval settlements. The incessant conflicts of the Middle Ages often led to towns being razed their populations slaughtered or dispersed. The French village of Oradour-sur-Glane is a chilling example. In the summer of 1944, the village was destroyed by the Waffen-SS and its inhabitants massacred. The ruins have been preserved as a memorial to the horrors of war, a ghost town echoing with the atrocities of the past. Yet not all abandonments were due to death and destruction. Economic changes also played a part. As trade routes shifted and industries evolved, some towns lost their economic relevance and were gradually deserted. For instance, many mining towns were abandoned once their mines were depleted. These towns, once bustling with life and activity, now stand empty. Their silent streets and crumbling structures whisper tales of a time long past. Each abandoned building, each deserted street holds a story of the people who once lived there and the forces that led to their departure. These towns, once full of life, now whisper tales of a time long past. The modern era, too, has its share of ghost towns, marked by the rapid pace of change and progress. In the rush to industrialize and modernize, some towns have been left behind, abandoned by their inhabitants due to economic downturns or catastrophic events. Let's journey into the heart of these modern ghost towns, where the echoes of human activity are haunting reminders of what once was. One such place is Pripyat, a city in northern Ukraine. Established in the 1970s, Pripyat was home to the workers of the Chernobyl nuclear power plant. However, in 1986, a reactor at the plant exploded, causing one of the worst nuclear disasters in history. Almost overnight, the city's 49,000 residents were evacuated, leaving Pripyat a ghost town. Today, the city stands frozen in time, a chilling monument to the dangers of nuclear power. Across the Atlantic, we find a different kind of ghost town. Bodie in California, USA, was once a bustling mining town during the gold rush of the late 19th century. At its peak, Bodie boasted a population of 10,000 people and over 200 businesses. But as the gold reserves dwindled, so did the town's fortunes. By the 1940s, Bodie was virtually abandoned. Today, it stands as a preserved historic site, a testament to the boom and bust cycle of the gold rush era. From the radioactive ruins of Pripyat to the dusty streets of Bodie, these towns tell a story of the modern era. They stand as stark reminders of how quickly fortunes can change, how the promise of progress can lead to abandonment, and how the relentless march of time leaves no place untouched. These modern ghost towns, though silent and empty, echo loudly with the lessons of our past. They serve as poignant reminders of the transience of human life and the impermanence of our endeavors. The eerie silence of these towns is a stark reminder of the fragility of human endeavor. Even in our contemporary world, places are deserted and forgotten, creating new ghost towns. Let's cast our gaze towards the east, where the phenomenon of abandonment has taken a unique twist. In China, entire cities, majestic in their architecture and size, stand silent and uninhabited. These ghost cities, as they're often referred to, were built in anticipation of a population boom that never quite materialized. The city of Ordos, for instance, was designed to house over 1 million people, yet today it's largely empty, its wide streets and grand buildings echoing with the hollowness of unfulfilled dreams. But abandonment is not always a result of over-anticipation. Sometimes it's forced upon communities by the brutal and unpredictable hand of nature. Hurricanes, wildfires, earthquakes, these elemental forces have the power to transform bustling towns into desolate landscapes within a matter of hours. Take the town of Paradise in California, a once thriving community nestled amidst the beauty of nature. In 2018, the deadliest and most destructive wildfire in California's history swept through, reducing it to ashes. Today, the town is slowly rebuilding, but the scars of the disaster remain, a haunting reminder of the transient nature of human habitation. These recent abandonments serve as a stark reminder that the cycle of creation and abandonment continues even today. They underline the ephemeral nature of our existence and the constant flux of human civilization. Our cities and towns, no matter how permanent they seem, are at the mercy of economic trends, population shifts, and the unpredictable whims of nature. From the vacant metropolises of China to the fire-ravaged town of Paradise, these modern ghost towns stand as silent witnesses to the relentless march of time and the impermanence of human endeavor. They serve as poignant reminders of our shared history and perhaps a cautionary tale about our future. These recent abandonments remind us that the cycle of creation and abandonment continues even today. Our journey through the eerie and fascinating world of ghost towns comes to an end, but the stories they tell will continue to resonate. These silent witnesses of time and change, from the ancient world to the modern era, bear testament to the impermanence of human settlements, the shifting sands of progress, and the relentless march of time. We've walked the deserted streets of ancient cities, abandoned due to natural disasters, wars, and the ebb and flow of civilization. We've felt the echoes of lives lived, dreams dreamt, and histories written and then erased, only to be discovered again beneath layers of time and dust. We've traveled through the Middle Ages, a time of great upheaval where towns were left abandoned due to plague, political strife, or simply the lure of a better life elsewhere. These ghost towns remind us of our resilience and our constant quest for betterment, even in the face of adversity. Moving into the modern era, we've explored ghost towns that stand as stark reminders of economic changes, the boom and bust of industries, and the impact of technology and progress. Whole communities have been deserted, leaving behind empty buildings and silent streets that whisper tales of prosperity turned to dust. And not to forget the recent desertions, where the reasons for abandonment might be as varied as the places themselves. From towns reclaimed by nature to those deserted due to nuclear disasters, these places serve as poignant reminders of the delicate balance between human endeavor and the power of nature. These ghost towns and abandoned ruins, each with their unique story, paint a vivid picture of our past, present, and perhaps even our future. They remind us of the fleeting nature of our existence and the indelible marks we leave behind. If you're intrigued by the stories these places tell and want to explore more mysteries of the world, don't forget to subscribe and join us on this journey through time.